Boy, oh boy, guys, I gotta tell you, it gets no better for Bud Light the longer this boycott goes on. It is the 19th now, so we are on day 18, 19 of this boycott. And people are still very pissed off with Bud Light. This is a colossal failure on so many levels. Former Bud Light drinkers say too little, too late to brand after controversial partnership. People are not willing to forgive Bud Light for sponsoring trans activist Dylan Mulvaney. Is probably one of the most polarizing moves, probably the most polarizing move in marketing, at least in 2023. Has cost this company, I don't even know, I have to check the stock options. I know at least $7 billion as of last Friday. I'm saying this on Wednesday now. I'm going to say it probably has gone down a lot more than that. And now we actually have restaurants are actually pulling Bud Light. Popular Central Florida restaurant stops sales of Bud Light amid transgender controversy. And I already know what people are going to say about this. They're going to say, well, they're transphobes, they're bigots, maybe they're racist. I don't know. You can be any of those terms in 2023. You know, they throw them around like they're candy on Halloween. But really, I think it just speaks more to the beer is not selling anymore. People do not want a woke beer. They do not want this Dylan Mulvaney's face on a can. And now they see all this Bud Light just sitting there. So they're going to cancel their orders. The longer this goes on, the worse this is going to get. And yet we've had a weak apology from Bud Light, if you can even call it that. I don't even know if I'd call it an apology, but let's say a weak apology. They didn't really take accountability. We've had no firings from the company, even though their marketing sec has cost them at least $7 billion. And this is only, what, two and a half weeks later. But I will tell you who actually is on board with this. Somebody who says you should not boycott Bud Light. And that is, you know, all the women, and or at least I assume they're women. In 2023, you're not allowed to assume that stuff, but I assume they're all women. It's Whoopi Goldberg and The View saying that this boycott is absolutely ridiculous and it's all kinds of ish. And I'm going to play the clip for you real quick. I want to comment on it. I feel like this is fascinating. As you can see right here from the ratio on it, which I can't even believe. Let's see how many. I can't even believe that there's this many people watching The View. 192,000 views. That's nuts. But 1.5 thousand likes to 9.7 thousand dislikes. But that's probably pretty par for the course for The View, I would say. But anyway, yeah, let's see what Whoopi Goldberg has to say. And I want you to just notice, do you think that The View, well, Whoopi Goldberg specifically, but The View would keep this same energy if Bud Light put out a can with Trump's face on it? I'm guessing there would be they'd be screeching for a boycott. Although we all know Whoopi Goldberg is queen of diversity and inclusion. She doesn't even know what the Holocaust was about, but I digress. Let's play this.
Before we start about this, I'm going to say this out loud. I'm a big Budweiser fan. When I drank, I liked my Budweiser, okay? So I have a lot of feeling about this. Bud Light's ad campaign with trans influencer Dylan McDermott. Mulvaney, sir.
Doesn't even know who she's talking about. Has no idea. Has done little research about this. You take that how you want, you know. I would say if Whoopi Goldberg is sponsoring this, it's a good reason not to drink it.
All right. Now you're breaking ignited.
We have breaking news.
That's right. Ignited an angry conservative backlash and a boycott that included online trends of people posting videos destroying cases of Bud Light in various stupid ways.
It's not just conservative people. I don't think this is just a conservative movement. They wouldn't have lost that much money if it was just conservatives. Conservatives aren't the same as the left or liberals in terms of boycotting. The left does it right. They know how to boycott a lot better. Conservatives are a little more forgiving, and I don't think that they should be.
The company puts out a statement saying they didn't mean to address an issue that divided people. But I want to know, what are you so angry about? Beer does not have a, I mean, it's not a Democrat or a Republican. Yeah. It doesn't have a belief system. It's just beer.
Well, it didn't. it definitely didn't have a belief system when they were just advertising, you know, the Budweiser frogs, the Clydesdale horses. Unless, you know, the horses went trans or something, which there could be. It's 2023. I don't want to assume anything. And if they did, stunning and brave, you know, I don't know. I have no idea. But this is like a non sequitur argument. Well, the beer cannot possibly be this or that. Well, it depends who they put on their can. And I guarantee you, if they put Trump on a Bud Light can, what do you think would be the reaction from Whoopi Goldberg or anyone on The View? They would be screaming up and down to boycott this thing. Absolutely, 100%. But because it's the other way around, they don't like it. And hey, maybe they don't like themselves all that much. This panel is full of women who I guess make their bag on this show. They get like $96,000 for a week of doing this. I don't know how long The View is. It's probably an hour long. They probably spend an hour or two in makeup. You know, they work 3 hours a day. They get paid $100,000. They're completely devoid of what reality is for most people.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, I think that these people that were destroying their own beer, which is also kind of dumb.
Well, thanks for the money.
Yeah, right? They also are making this out to be a trans. This is a transphobic issue, right? We know that this country is highly transphobic.
How is this country highly transphobic? Please, somebody in the comments, let me know what rights other people have that trans people don't. What rights do trans people not have? They always make out this issue. Oh, transphobia. What rights do trans people not have? You bring up, oh, trans people are being offed in droves. No, they're not. There was like 50 trans deaths last year. 50. There's a lot more deaths from pretty much every other category. And you could argue, hey, there's a lot more people in every other category. I would say that's true because this is like a 0.4% of people or something like that. Some ridiculously low number. I don't know. I don't have statistics pulled up. Now I feel a bit like The View. I'm coming out here without facts, but they do it every single day. So I'm going to do it this one day. Let's let Sunny host and keep going here.
And it's unbelievable to me that this still
She's going to say some brilliant stuff.
Many of the transphobic people get the attention. I doubt that the country's as transphobic.
I hope the country is not as transphobic as it appears to be, but trans rights are under attack.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Now, this is, and people are saying this is a...
Again, how? How are trans rights under attack? How? What rights do trans people not have that everyone else has? Can I get on this show? Can I just go on there and say things and get paid $100,000? This is absolutely ridiculous. They always make this argument. Oh, you don't understand. Trans people are under attack. How? Because Florida's passing legislation so kids can't chop off their genitals? That's not an attack. You know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that would have been called child abuse. Not anymore.
An American beer. This is a Belgian company, okay? Like, it's not even like...
Where's
the problem? Anheuser-Busch is a Belgian company that doesn't only sell Bud Light, but sells, like, beer in, like, 130 countries and stuff, and, like, all over the world.
Yes.
And all kinds of beers.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so dumb to me.
Well, also, listen, if it's an American beer, transgender people are American too. LGBTQ people are American too.
So weird.
They have, you know, and the LGBT community.
And who said they weren't? Did anybody make that statement that trans people are not American? I've never once seen that. I don't go on Twitter all that often. I'm not even so amazed that they're supporting or they're against this boycott. I kind of figure that. I'm amazed at how these women get paid so much money to go on here and just spew nothing burgers all day.
Community has close to 1.4 trillion spending power, and some of it they spend on Bud Light.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Hello.
but you know what I mean, look, this is part of a bigger campaign. Republicans are using all LGBTQ issue, whether it's transgender, whether it's...
Nope, they don't.
They are using all, you know, this paranoia, this fear, building this stress, building this idea that your kids are going to turn into whatever if they see, you know, an influencer posting, if they see a drag queen. You know, in the meantime, The NRA had their convention this last weekend.
Yeah.
And there were
And now we're going to go to an issue that's completely has nothing to do with this. This is called classic deflection. We're going to talk about the NRA. What does the NRA have to do with this? Are they going to bring up Kid Rock? How he used a rifle to shoot at beer cans on his own property? Let's see where this goes. I actually haven't seen this clip yet. I'm reacting along with you guys. But I'm going to guess that's where this is going to go. I could be wrong.
little kids as young as 6 years old. I think we have pictures, playing with guns at the NRA convention.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we've had 19 mass shootings since last Saturday. So tell you what, when a kid shows up with dying from a drag queen wound,
yeah,
then we can do equivalency of danger.
Or when a kid shows up at your door
yes,
because he came to the wrong address.
I don't even know really what they're saying anymore. They're saying that, you know, introducing children to sexual content when they're young is not harmful. I don't know. Look at the offing rate of people who transition and then try to detransition. But again, I guess that's not really a concern for them because that goes against their talking points. I'm sorry, I keep pausing these videos and every time it's a terrible frame of any of these women I'm pausing on. I don't even okay, I gotta get it.
And somebody whips out a gun and shoots him
in the head.
In the head.
Twice.
There's something wrong going on. But maybe
Ralph,
maybe it's an issue that you know, this person, this wonderful young person has 10 million TikTok followers.
Ralph. Oh, no.
And
you mean
no.
the
And some of the people who were, you know, shooting up their beer that they bought with their own money, maybe didn't have as million.
Well,
didn't have as many followers as the other people.
And what's your point? What does the amount of followers you have to do with your outrage? You don't even have to be on social media to not like something. Are you saying that the amount of clout you have, it doesn't, you know, if you have more followers, obviously you're going to have more influence. And I'm a very small channel. A lot of people have more influence than me. However, that doesn't negate the fact that people who have no social media presence have a right to be outraged by this. You can use your voice however you want. I don't understand this argument. Maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't even know what these women are saying. I'm completely lost.
Genuinely a smart move by Budlight.
Yes.
They need to make inroads with the LGBTQ community, who, I'm sorry, tends to like craft beer and skinny cocktails, not Budlight. So it's like they're reaching a community that's probably not drinking enough
smart move. They only lost $7 billion.
I congratulate her for a milestone of a year being more authentic to herself, and I thought that said a lot about the PR for Budweiser. But don't dial it back now, because you're going to lose everyone.
A year of being a girl. Let's be real here. Dylan Mulvaney didn't do a year of womanhood, even though she can't. And I'm saying that for the optics of YouTube because I'm on, you know, I'm gonna get canceled. But can't do it. But they don't market themselves even as a woman. They market themselves as a girl. Now they've gone more mainstream. Now they're trying to market themselves as a woman. First, it was, I don't know. I feel like the people on The View have no idea what's going on. They live in their Hollywood bubble. They paid $100,000 to go on here. But they have no idea what's actually going on. Just liberal talking points.
They did start dialing it back because they unleashed the Clydesdale horses.
That's right.
Now all of a sudden they got this trans, like, you know, this.
No, the horse is not trans.
No. I'm saying all of a sudden.
It's 2023. You don't know that. You don't know if the horse is trans or not.
The horse is galloping.
I'm thinking they're getting this backlash.
Yeah.
And their response.
So they harnessed it in.
Let's get the horses out. I was like, because the horses are so much more American than trans people.
Listen, all I can tell you is I'm old enough to remember when these Republicans.
The horses are definitely more recognizable with the brand than trans people. Nobody's saying they're not. I don't know what is this issue that people from the LGBTQ community are not American. I have never heard anybody except for this panel say that. When has it ever been brought up? Okay, all right. We got 20 more seconds to go. I'm gonna finish this out and I'm gonna go
Republican hypocrites
lay down. I got an aneurysm.
Culture.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Listen, Budweiser, we're all Americans here. We appreciate your beer, whether it's light or the regular beer. You have every right, and we have every right to buy it if we like it. Don't
And by that same logic, you have every right to boycott it if you don't want to buy it because you don't like what the company is doing. How thick are you? Jeez. Oh, this is hurting my brain. I'm getting dumber by the second here. I don't have that many brain cells left. I partied a lot in college. All right, that's all I got. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Be good to one another. Catch you on the next one. But this boycott is working, and I'm going to say this endorsement from The View, just going by the clicks or going by the likes to dislike ratio, this is working. So keep it up. Later.